are going to try to throw to contain Luka, if you can contain Luka, because he seems to be, if you give him a big body, he's just going to utilize you on the perimeter, and if you give him a small body, well, he's going to bully you down low. How do the Warriors contain Luka is the word that I'm going to try to use in this series.
Nobody contains Luka. Even if you give him a big body, I've seen him backing down DeAndre Ayton and hitting a turnaround jump shot over him. Like, there's no way to contain Luka Doncic the way he's playing basketball right now. There's no pressure for Luka Doncic. He's playing in the NBA playoffs, but he's seen it all. He's been in more hostile atmospheres over in the EuroLeague. He's been in some of the most hostile crowd environments that you could possibly be in, playing Eurobasket and playing in the EuroLeague. He's been on the biggest stages. He's won the MVP of the EuroLeague and the MVP of the Final Four. So he's used to the pressure. That's not going to faze him. As BJ said, he plays at his own speed. It's the Golden State Warriors' job to try and speed him up and keep him occupied defensively to try and tire him out. Much like what the Dallas Mavericks did to Chris Paul throughout the series, trying to wear him down on the defensive end. The Warriors need to have a guy picking up Luka Doncic's full court. You need to guard him 94 feet. You can't let him find his rhythm. You can't let him play at his own pace. You've got to speed him up. You've got to really make him rush what he's trying to do in terms of the looks he's finding his teammates with and the shots that he's taking. That's the only strategy, and then I guess you got to start praying.
BJ, you're smiling. You know what it is? I like your laughter because the energy that I'm getting from Luka right now, he genuinely believes there's no defender in the world that can guard him. I know that you know an individual that felt that same confidence and that spread through a team like wildfire. You tell me what that's like and what that seeps through a team when a person genuinely believes they are the best player in the world, and it doesn't matter who the defense give me, I'm going to get a bucket.
Well, you know, guys, we talk about numbers. Look, if you have the ball 50, 60, 70 times, like, you should be able to get 25, 30 points. Let's just be honest. This is the NBA. If they give you the ball 25, 30 times and you're allowed to go out there and play, then okay, that's one thing. The most impressive thing is that when you find a way to win. Now, the thing that I'm most impressed with Luka is he's got to do what he's got to do so he can get the results that he's looking for, which is to win the game. And right now, Luka Doncic has to have the ability that all great players have to have, which is win the pass and win the shoot. That, to me, is the balancing act of why you're a great player. You know, having the ball and just getting your stats, that's one thing. Having the ball and figuring out how to and do what you need to do so that your team can win and put yourselves along with the rest of the guys in position to win. To me, now you're talking about a master class. And right now, you're seeing the progression of Luka Doncic become a master in this game because he is mastering the art of one of the most difficult things that you can learn in basketball, which is win the pass and win the shoot. And right now, Luka is going to see another player who's really mastered the art on the defensive end as far as how to, take away things from a great offensive player. And that guy is Draymond Green. So I'm really interested to see these two masters, if you will, figure out and really try to determine each other as they go about this game, because at some point, Draymond Green is going to be matched up with Luka Doncic. And at some point, this game is going to come down between those two. So to me, this is just a phenomenal point of entertainment for all of us fans to be able to see these guys at the very top of their game.
Well, quickly, just touching the Warriors before, of course, I get a prediction from both of you, and I want to hear your perspective on both of this. And BJ, you can go first. I just want to know, from the shooting backcourt that we've seen of Paul, Steph, and Clay, everyone was so intrigued when they tried to see these guys mesh together and find a rhythm, and they didn't necessarily find it in that series against the Grizzlies. But could this be a breakout series for them as that dominant? What did they call them? What did you call it, Mo? PTSD. Paul, Thompson, Steph, and Draymond. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of nicknames and a lot of things, but, I'm going to give the experience and the team defense of the Golden State Warriors. I think that probably will prevail. Defensively, the Dallas Mavericks, they're terrific, and they have a player that's an X factor. So, again, I think both of these series will be very close, but I think overall, coming into this series without seeing the game or seeing the matchup, so forth and so on, I'm going to give it to the Warriors just because of their depth, even though they're down a couple guys, and their experience. But I think defensively, they're just a little bit better. And I expect them to probably come out, and their experience probably will play have some factor in this series.
Man, I think the main thing for me with this shooting backcourt is the defensive side of things, because we know Luka's going to target Steph Curry, but he's also going to go at Jordan Poole and Can Klay Thompson play the level of defense that he played when the Warriors won those championships, or are those injuries going to take a toll and be a factor? So I know they can shoot the basketball, but my question is always on the defensive side. We've seen throughout the playoffs so far, defense always wins out. So can they step up on the defensive side of the ball? And Jordan Poole, he had a great closeout to the season, a great start to the playoffs. We've got to see him bring that consistency as well. He's a young player, and he's really got to step up and rise to the occasion.
Gents, we're about to close the show, but I just want to turn around and get one more word from each of you very quickly. You're only allowed a name and then, of course, one sentence to justify it. One sentence, by the way. Who's the best player left in these playoffs? Mo, you can go first.
Oh, Luka Doncic. I don't even need to justify it. It's Luka Doncic.
BJ?
Well, Luka Doncic right now, the way he's played. I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, that's an obvious answer at this point.
Oh, you know what? I'm so glad that we've got that clipped up, and I'm pretty sure, I hope the internet finds a way to find Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, and everybody down in the Bay Area can see what these two gentlemen have just turned around and said, who's the best player left in these playoffs. Look, let's give you a breakdown of some of the stuff that we have happening on Sky Sports this week, because we got playoff action from both of the conferences going into this. Like we needed any added incentive. Tuesday night, you know what time it is. We kick off with the Eastern Conference playoffs. Game 1, Boston going to the 305, 1:30 Sky Sports Arena, Sky Sports main event, and then we flip over to the West Coast for Game 1 of Dallas going into the Bay Area from 2 a.m. on Arena and main event again. And like I said, this is perfect for you guys because Thursday night we have Game 2 of the Eastern Conference, and then we flip over to the weekend action. Because your Friday night, your Saturday night, and your Sunday night is going to be filled with even more of these two. The fabulous four, the great four, the fantastic four, the remaining four going head to head and finding out who, of course, will make it to the NBA Finals. Yo, Jess, this has been a pleasure, man. This has been a pleasure. Shout out to you both, yeah. I know a lot of people got a lot on their chest. I would like to say this is a lot cleaner than some of the other media outlets that I've seen what they've been putting out this week. I'm not going to call anybody no code. I'm not shouting at anybody's on holiday. I just liked it. Good, fun, energy, yeah. Our reward is that, of course, the Heat Check gets ready